let's walk through Facebook here, because for the average person out there, they were saying, well, the stock went down after Cambridge Analytica, but it climbed right back up after. User growth is up. So what's the deal?
So here's the story just on Facebook, which is that we all thought, I don't know, I'm going to say we all thought, originally when the Cambridge Analytica scandal happened, there was this view that somehow Facebook was over, everybody was going to get off of Facebook, nobody was ever going to use it again.
And then there was that congressional hearing where people were going, you and the Facebook, and we said, oh, they're never getting regulated.
And then, but even more than that, there was also reality, which is we all use Instagram, we all use Facebook.
WhatsApp.
Everybody uses this stuff. By the way, and we've talked about this before, even after the worst hack attacks, we all, for better, maybe we're like sheep, we all go back to the same place. And so
I've still got ex-boyfriends I want to look up. And what else am I going to use?
You said that, I did not, but the idea was that they were going to continue to outperform. And historically, they've always said we're gonna hit this number, and then they've come out with a crazy number that's way better than that. And this was the first time they said, actually, guys, you know what? For the next 2 quarters or more, we're gonna actually have to spend some money working on these privacy tools. There's gonna be stuff to be done. The growth was not, in terms of users, was not nearly what people had expected. Now, the real question is, so the stock's obviously off. Mark Zuckerberg's personal wealth, by the way, off about $17 billion.
I'm worried about it. What if he has to brown bag it?
You know, cab fare is tough. But the question within the Wall Street world is whether they are now just lowering the temperature so they can beat him again. Meaning, there's no incentive.
Lower the bar so low
I'm
that
not saying you sandbag, but if you're going to do it in 1 quarter, this is the, you know, you have 1 quarter, you say, you know, we have to reset expectations, all fair, and then I'm not so sure that this is some kind of grand pivotal moment that we're going to look back in history and say this is the end of Facebook, or that we're going to look back and say, you know, the other implication this morning is that you're looking at other tech stocks, whether it's Amazon or Google or Netflix. I'm not sure it's hitting them either.
User growth doesn't translate into dollars because we've learned that we're not their customer, we're their product.
Yes.
Did it actually impact what advertisers are doing? Because Facebook's getting a huge amount of negative press. How does that affect their money-making ability?
The advertisers have not walked away. The biggest distinction is that in terms of growth, you know, we all have these news feeds on Facebook.
Yes.
They've populated those news feeds with about as much advertising as they can.
Yes.
So they've run out of room to do more.
My teeth whitening, my belly fat,
and
Botox.
And now we've all moved to, because I see you doing it on stories, you know, the sort of live video. And so they're trying to move a lot of the business to stories. However, they can't monetize, what's called monetize. They can't make money off the stories in the same way because there's less advertising. Less advertisers have moved to that platform. So we'll see. I think there's still some time for this to all shake itself out.
All right. I lucked out that you were here to talk Facebook today. You were already coming because I want you to talk about your most recent piece in DealBook. It's extraordinary. Main Street Investors Coalition. That sounds great. It sounds like a group of mom-and-pop investors. But the truth is, it is a group funded by lobbying and business interests that really want to hurt how pensions and 401k plans work.
This was so remarkable to me because I've been writing a lot over the last year about big firms like BlackRock and Vanguard that represent us on 401ks, trying to move companies more on issues like climate change and gun control and
conscious capitalism.
Conscious capitalism. And all of a sudden, I heard about a group called Main Street Investor Coalition that was fighting back on this stuff and supposed to be representing the little guy, with this idea that somehow the little guy actually doesn't want the Vanguards and BlackRocks fighting on these issues. That somehow the little guy only really wants the stock to go up in the shortest term, and for everybody making short-term decisions. I thought there's something wrong here. This doesn't make any sense.
So you did your digging.
And so when we did a little bit of digging, we discovered that Main Street Investor Coalition is basically a front. It's a front for the National Association of Manufacturers, which, by the way, is Dow Chemical and every other big company that you've ever heard of. And they basically, literally 2.5 months ago, decided we're going to create this other group over here, because, by the way, Main Street Investor Coalition sounds fabulous relative to National Association of Manufacturers.
So Andrew Livers from Dow Chemical can go to every conference he wants and talk about the importance of long-termism and sit next to Larry Fink from BlackRock. Well, at the same time, he's funding mom-and-pop investors?
Supposedly. So this supposedly mom-and-pop investor group, which is not a mom-and-pop, and it's a very perverse argument that they've made, which is basically they're trying to stop the BlackRocks and Vanguards from being able to vote to a large degree on these issues, and say we want to empower the little guy. We want actually each individual investor to be the one voting, not BlackRock voting on their behalf. And while it sounds great in practice, what it really means is that actually the little guy loses too, because most of us, unfortunately, don't vote. So that puts more of the power back in the hands of management and corporate boards, and it was a bit of a surprise. I'm hoping now that this is a little bit more transparent, and I should give a lot of props to Nell Minow, who's a corporate governance expert, who first tipped me off to this, that maybe this argument will end a little quicker.
Hey there, I'm Chris Hayes from MSNBC. Thanks for watching MSNBC on YouTube. If you want to keep up to date with the videos we're putting out, you can click subscribe just below me, or click over on this list to see lots of other great videos.